I think in terms of what you just said, I mean, we can already see it right from the very beginning, where it's like you have immediately taken the side lane, you've immediately come over to the wide angle, and straight away you've gone for the back line. Like you start going for the Ana immediately. You find a Pharah on the flank. She does some damage to you, but you just keep on committing, like further and further into the side. And I think that this probably speaks to something that would be, like a problem in your gameplay that we're probably going to continue to identify as we go deeper and deeper into the VOD. Because the reality of Tracer is that it's not your job to kill the supports every fight. It's your job to just do damage from the side to whatever is effective for you. Whether that means you're coming to the side here and shooting the tank a little bit, then coming to the side here, dueling the Pharah a little bit, and then if you poke those players out, going deeper still and hitting onto the back line, like if you find a target on the way, you should start fighting that target instead. Because until somebody forces you out, there's really nothing stopping you from just continually side angling. So here, like as soon as you ran into the Pharah on this right side, like I would have thought that, you'd be committing more to like, I mean, there's a mini right here, there's a mega inside here. Like I would think that your duel, like Tracer versus Pharah, you match up reasonably well into her. Like you can just start to fight her. You have isolated something that you can duel, so you can just start to fight that. And even earlier still, if you popped out to the side, you perhaps could have shot the Mauga in the side of the head as well. I think my immediate thought when I saw you moving through is like, okay, like this guy knows his stuff in terms of his movement on Tracer, because it's like, you've gone to the side, you've taken the minis, like you've kept high uptime throughout the whole fight. But I think as you start to peel away the layers of what's actually happening here, you missed a lot of opportunity, because like you could have done heaps of damage to the tank, you could have done heaps of damage and perhaps killed that Pharah that was isolated on the side. But for sure, I feel as if, we're literally 25 seconds into the bottom, we've already seen what the one track mind can be like for you, because you just ignored the existence of the Pharah. Like here, you found an Ana. Like we already know where you're headed.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like I'll get enough distraction or win enough duels that like I'll win, game. But so I just go backline, so I never have a lot of damage in fights. At least or in games when I play Tracer compared to everybody else.
I think here, like trying to flank around the side, like in the early stages is really okay. Like trying to isolate somebody early on, if you hide properly, like if the Ana didn't see you, there's a real chance that it's on for you to just solo kill the Ana, right? Because she was a little behind everyone else. If you hit a little bit more effectively, like, you're just sitting up in a close corner here, crouching, or, you're like set up further forward, or you're hugging a wall here, whatever it may be. Going for the solo kill on the Ana and spawn is really fine, and she's lagging behind, so that's really possible. But I think once you've been spotted, once you've been routed, it's not happening anymore, Like she has nade, she has sleep, she's close enough to her team that you're just going like comically solo. So I think when you were down here, the second you see her looking at you, it's like, okay, I'm going to trade this out now. I'm going to use a blink, maybe use 2 blinks, come over here and start shooting people in the side. Just change tact, right? Because like that's probably going to be the theme of just from watching you move on the character already. I feel like your mechanics are like really, really sound on the hero just from, literally watching for 20 seconds. But like you need to be able to change your approach, and you need to be able to change what you're shooting at. Because right here, right now, like as soon as Ana has spotted you, Ana's going to ask for help. Ana's going to press X. She's going to get a support pocket. Hitscan's going to come back. Something's going to happen that prevents you from solo killing the Ana. She has full skills. Like you need to catch her unawares to solo kill her pre-fight inside her whole team. So change tact, come back up to here, and then start shooting from the side. Side angling, dump a clip into whoever's here. Cass walks forward, you walk back, dance around a little bit, just hold the side. But instead, you've used a full turn for this. You blinked onto the Ana, you used recall. Now you have 10 seconds where you don't want to dance on the side anymore because you're worried about getting one bopped. You're worried about, getting shot out and losing too much uptime. So coming down to the point here, now you're just in useless space, right? Like you're here, you're on top of your tank. They swing main, they see you. Like this is a really poor position that you found yourself in right now. Like if you're in this Cass's shoes, like you're smiling, you're laughing all the way to the bank. So where you've wound up here, like this reposition is no good. You might just get yourself another flank, but here again, it's like you find a Pharah, isolate on the flank, you push for this, you get the kill. This is all good. This is what the first fight could have looked like as well. Like when you clash with that Pharah at the start, no need for you to keep going backline. Like you can just fight what you find first. As long as you have the side angle, all's good. And really, like mechanically, you're there. Like I don't know, your reaction time is good too. Like you saw the Ana, you blink back into cover immediately. You're like straight lining out in the open like a bot. Like you're actually using cover. You're using cover. You're playing the hero quite well.
We'll see how much that lasts.
It's all right. It'll fall apart after a couple of seconds. But take the glaze while it's here. Whenever you pulse the floor when you pulse the grav, Like don't try and throw it through people. Just pulse the floor and like splash. It'll splash the best, and like it's impossible to get Suzit or anything like that. Like there's Suzit, but you get the AOE instead. Just
Oh, it's better for damage. You mean just more reliable?
I think it's just way more reliable. Like you see there, like they Suzit it and it like went through.
Mm,
Like Suzit it and it went through.
I see. I
Maybe
see
you
what
can
you're
like get
saying.
maybe you can like splash around a bubble or something like that if you do it this way instead as well. Like it won't get absorbed by the bubble
Gotcha.
anymore. There's just like I think a little higher chance if you pulse the
Okay.
floor. Like there, like your Suzu just I mean your pulse missed even though their Suzu timing was wrong. Like their Suzu timing was too early. Like the pulse would have killed them anyway, I think. But because the Suzu was on, like your pulse went through them and didn't do any damage. What happened to you though after the pump? Why'd you die? Pulse torch. Position's good. Ana's in the middle. It's just it can happen. She's nano. She one bopped you.
I have a question as well. One of the things you'll notice is because you know trying to keep uptime, but obviously I'm not being as effective on it because I'm just committing too deep. I like how much or when should I be letting plays develop? Is it mainly just map awareness to, like on the flip on the other side, right? The tank has to walk through choke and I wait for them to start pressuring before I start, you know, looking for backline, or do I just pressure from the side until something opens up? Or
I think
I think I'm impatient a lot.
there's no like one size fits all, but you need to be able to think like, can my team shoot with me? You know, like that's the thing that is most important. Like when you're trying to
Mm,
engage on the Ana and spawn in that like second fight, like you need to be aware of the fact that like if you're here, your whole team is out here, right? Like you are 1v5. Like you don't really want to start applying big pressure and committing hard until your team can also shoot their guns at the enemy. Like the principle of side angling and shooting people from the side of the fight, it only makes sense if the fight is occurring, right? So like if you're here shooting them in the side, your team needs to be shooting them from main at the same time. If your team's really far back, then this side angle doesn't make any sense anymore until later into the fight, until we're really in the weeds of it and people are trying to run away. So I think that while there's no one size fits all to like, when should I be engaging, when should I be backing? I think what's really important is just, identifying how many people are actually involved in the fight. When you're fighting here, you're fighting 1v2, 1v3, no matter what. There's no assist coming from your team. If you're fighting here, there's a much higher chance that there's an assist coming from your team. Sometimes you can make it a 1v1 though, right? Like sometimes there are exceptions to the rule. The Ana's really isolated. She hasn't seen you. She's lagging behind her team. She got backspawned and they didn't wait. Like there are conditions for you to go solo. But at the end of the day, what you really need to be able to do on Tracer is count and understand where people can see. Am I taking a 1v1? Am I taking a 1v2? Am I taking a 2v1? And just recognizing, is your team there or are you all by your lonesome? So I think there's nothing wrong. Like when you died to the Zarya here, there's absolutely nothing wrong with your position. Your whole team is fighting there. You literally just died because it's an Nano Zarya and she beamed you too fast. Like you weren't too deep. There was nothing positionally dodgy about what you were doing. You just didn't press recall. You didn't press blink. Like it can happen, you know? But when you went on the Ana and you're in here, it's like there's a Cass here, there's an Ana here, there's a Kiri that's really close that can heal the Ana too. Like you are 1v3.
Right.
You are not getting that kill, right? So it's really, it's just about the numbers game. It's like, can my team see what I'm doing too? Because while it's wonderful if you have the mechanics to solo kill people on repeat as Tracer, ideally Tracer, you're the cleanup crew hero. You pepper people from the side, You're impossible to force out because you're always one blink away from a pack and you're always just being a nuisance in the side. But then someone gets shot, by your Zen, someone gets right-clicked by your Zarya, and then you blink on and finish the job. So really, like it's about the numbers game. Like it's
definitely a different way to look at it. Yeah.
Is this a different approach to how you think about the game in general, I suppose? Like,
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times what I've done is because I commit so hard to backline, the way I've quote unquote made it work is
Killing
I
solo.
can distract enough in the back so that frontline creates pressure or has pressure because the enemy tank doesn't have as much support. I'm sure there are times where that's right, but I think I apply it way too much, and like I said, and so because of that, I think my gameplay can be very streaky. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like
I think
either
if you're getting
they
marked
adapt or
out,
they don't.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're marked out, you're completely useless. Like when
Yeah.
you got forced out and you came back down here to main, like once you're taken out, you are actually like completely hopeless. You know, like you're just in front of
Yep.
everyone, like the hit scan's shooting you in the face. But if you're on the back line and it's working, then like you will feel like you're slowly carrying the game. What you need to find for yourself, I'm gonna assume, is that you need to be able to find these side angles to shoot the tank and to shoot some more of the front liners too. Because you're saying like, you know,
Mhm.
you want to deny the resources to the front, right? That's a valid play, completely valid play, and it's a huge part of Tracer. But recognize that just dumping damage into the side of a tank, like often that's more value than preventing the heals. Because damage is hard to out heal, you know? Like if a tank is constantly taking damage, that can't be healed off, you know? If an Ana is
Yep.
spamming heals into a tank and you are spamming clips into the tank, you will do more damage than the Ana will heal off. So, you know, if your angle is good, if your position is good, whether you're shooting tank or backline, sometimes there are exceptions. You're shooting a diva, she has armor, she matrixes your face, whatever it may be. Like armor, block, cycle, all these things matter. But Overwatch doesn't get played in a vacuum. If you're standing here and there's a Ramatra in your face blocking you, your whole team is shooting that Ramatra in the side of the head. You know, like there's more than one thing happening at once. That's why the side angle works, because you're not actually taking a 1v1. You're taking a 3v1. You know, you're isolating that player somewhere where if he wants to look at you and deal with you, if he wants to block the damage coming from you, he has to get shot by the rest of your team. And that's the principle that, you know, perhaps because you're not super engaged with it, you don't feel it, and that also confuses you with your backline timing too. You know, it's like you want to go backline because you're not thinking like, can my team see this? You're just trying to solo kill
Right.
all the time. Because like seriously, like when I'm watching your play, like up to this point, I think like your movement is like above your rank. You know, like your movement and aim is like really quite good for your rank. Like you're really doing super well for someone in this rank division in terms of like how you move and how you shoot your gun. The problem for sure is that, you know, you're probably like really one track minded. Like you probably run into like some serious sticking points with this issue.
Yeah.
Because at this rank, like it's common for people to be like more engaged with this, I'd say, but they're not mechanically where you're at. So like if you
I can
improve,
clean up the
yeah,
brain.
no, I mean if you can just get smarter instead of get handier, you know, like you're in for
Yeah.
you're in for a treat, really.
Well, it's funny because like me having I definitely like zone in. I hone in on what I'm trying to do or who I'm trying to kill, and I'm
Mhm.
not looking at team play enough, which is ironic because when I play support, I'm sitting backline. It's much easier to do that, and I'm much more patient. So like support, I'm Masters 2, Masters 1, and then DPS, I'm Masters 4, Masters 5, and it's probably because I just tunnel and I'm not looking at
I mean, it's like if
the
you
bigger
play
picture.
support like DPS, like if you just start trying to kill everyone on support, you'll probably go to GM. To be honest, like if you're no, I mean really, like if your aim's good and you play support, like you climb so easily. Like it's
I do like the DPS on support. It's fun.
I mean it's you might as well. Here again, like
Yep.
hard
Oh, I
flank.
know. You were predicting the future before because I
Yeah.
was like, well, I'm gonna do this again.
And every fight thereafter. I mean, to be fair, you gave me the preamble, so like we were primed for this. But
Yep.
what you need to think about is like every hard flank incurs uptime. Incurs downtime. It costs you uptime. Like if you're gonna hard flank, all of these seconds that you spend, you know, crouching around the back,
Yeah.
walking in the wings, it's a second that you
Yep.
could have spent dumping a clip onto this person, onto the venture, onto someone on the point. I will say for this part of the map around here, this is an awkward point for Tracer because the angles are really tight, you know? Like you can't
Yeah.
side angle over here. You can side angle through here. If your team has control of this side, you can't really play on the point because they're all going to peek you. So like, I'm not saying that it's terrible for you to be flanking right now because this actually works, right? Like this actually gets you around a lot of the problems where like here you can't side angle properly. It's a little awkward. You can maybe play down here and try and just dance around, like always be 90 degrees away from your team, you know? So it's like your whole team has taken this side. You need to get down here or down here. Looks like
Right.
there's a tank here, so you know maybe this is your side. But this is kind of dog shit. So flanking is okay, really. And yeah, maybe you'll just solo kill the Ana here. Maybe it'll all just work out. I think for this, I mean,
And
this
it
is like
doesn't.
this is like a mechanics or like a decision problem. But it's like blink melee. That's like exclusively the finisher. You know, like you never blink melee unless you're actually finishing the kill. Maybe that was your intent, right? Because like it was pretty close. Like I think you know, like you got her really low before you hit it. But like if you do this, you know, it's like blink melee needs to be followed by like an instant recall or more blinks or the kill, you know? Here, like you've done none of the above, right? Like you're putting yourself
Yep.
in the danger zone of like you can get one shotted by her nading her feet, by Akiri headshot, headshot meleeing you. Like all of these things are true. Getting into melee range of anybody is only good when you're actually killing them. So Got to be very, very careful with doing stuff like
Yeah.
this. The
I
mechanics
think
are.
I
Oh, go on.
I think I thought that she was isolated and she wasn't getting help because I
Mm.
didn't see anybody there. Obviously, was
I mean, she solo
there
killed
was
you, did
2
she
people there?
not?
No.
I mean, you took some damage from a flashbang, but like
Mm,
here, even if that didn't happen, like she can melee you to
she
death
might
here,
have still
right?
gotten the
Like
kill.
she
Yeah.
she naded you down to 25 HP, right? Even if she didn't get Suzu'd, even if the flashbang didn't come, like
Mhm.
she has gotten herself up to like. Well, this is a little bit optimistic. She didn't get that much health just from herself,
Right.
but she would have naded herself to like at least over 100 HP, and she would have meleeed you in
Mm,
the face. So it's like you're
sure.
still taking like crazy risk, and I think you're not thinking too much about the cooldown state at all, right? Like you're dueling
Right.
an Ana that has a nade. Why are you blinking close to the Ana when you know she has nade?
True.
Like you just need to
True.
play
I
the
could have just
you need
sat
to
around
play
the
the long
corner
game.
here.
Just keep
Yeah.
just keep peppering away at her from like here. Like you've already won
Yep.
the duel. Like you dumped a
Yep.
clip into her. You got her down to like 40 HP. Make her nade herself. If you're playing Ana, or I don't
Mm,
know how much of a support brain you have, but it's like when you're playing Ana, you're always hoping that the DPS that you're dueling walks too close to you so that you can get the nade that nades them and
totally.
nades yourself at the
Oh,
same
totally.
time. Like don't
Yep.
don't give her what she wants. You need to get into the game of denial a little bit
Right.
here, right?
Right.
Like you can for sure
True.
just keep
True.
playing space, and then like you would have dragged 3 players back, right? Like here, maybe
Yep.
maybe the game's gone regardless because like 2 people just fucking died to one venture drill. But if you're not dead, maybe you still kill the Ana, you drag people back. There's just more layers to the fight to be unpacked here than a Tracer dead with 2 blinks and a recall.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally.
Now here, like on the retake, push over to the side is really fine. Like you're only going to get one way through. You get headshotted early. Oh, it can happen. It can happen.
I know. I didn't see
Yeah.
her, bro.
I think don't give up. Don't give up on the side just because you got poked for sure. Like you got poked, you had your recall forced, but in a matchup like this, like it would be nice if somebody could take the side with you and you could take this side because from these close corners, you're gonna have a really hard time, especially with no recall. Like I think the fact that this is the right side for you to take because it's wider, it's harder for the venture to catch you. Like if you go inside where the venture was, this is
Mhm.
just the low probability place for you because it's really easy for venture to drill you inside here and get
Right.
the easy flank. So this
So
side was correct for you to take because this will give you
mm,
the side angle in the fight. But once you got poked out, that just means that you need to get some support and then go back in and take this side 2v1. You need to win the
yep.
numbers game because Barbie won the aim duel early on. But instead, you just start committing to the more dangerous side with no recall. So it's like
Yeah.
if you got drilled here by the venture, the feedback would be like, you just recalled. Why are you going into more dangerous space? Like
Right.
recalling
Right.
needs to be met with patience, and with you getting some help rather than more risk, especially pre-fight. But instead, like it sort of works out because you go into the side, the venture drills, you come back, you eventually kill Barbie, but lots of downtime, right? Like Barbie killed your
Yep.
Zen before you killed Barbie. So if you had just come on the flank right from the start with a support, with some help, or even post recall gotten that same level of support, Barbie would not have killed your Zen. And then suddenly
Mm,
it would be a 3v2 in favor of your team, or it would be a 3v3. It would just it just would have gone down differently on that plane. That's all I'll say. Like, now
yeah,
here-
and I almost have to hard commit to the side because of the way the map is, like you said, right? So
yeah, this map is particularly awkward for you because
okay.
on most maps, what you'll find is the Tracer has 2 side angles that she can take. You can choose to go
Mhm.
left or right, and you can find value through either. But on this map, the point side is so bad for you. Like Genji likes this map because Genji can go wide and use all of this space, right? But Tracer just hopelessly ineffective on this wide point side. Point is too open, there's no cover on the point, and the wide side is low ground, so you can't shoot up onto the objective. So you're pigeonholed into just only using this left-hand side of the map. And then because everyone wants to use the left-hand side of the map, you just wind up with awkward situations again and again. It's not like it's the worst Tracer map in the world or anything. Like you can make it work, you can push to the left, your team can go left and you can go right, but it's just not the greatest. So if you know that there's one side that's going to be like particularly valuable for you, try and play that. Yeah, you're side angling, you're healthy, doing the venture a little bit, but all of these sides that you're taking, maybe they could benefit from you like dragging a support with you. It's like you've got a Moira, which is essentially just like a flanking nonsense character. Like if you drag a support with you, you can maintain these sides really, really easily. Just as when you wanted to duel Barbie and you backed off. Like if you come here and you take the left side with the Moira, with one of your supports, rather than just having them be like a perma heal bot, you drag a support along with you, you will be able to maintain these sides much better. this side of the map again, it's good for Tracer, but it's really sparse on packs, right? Like you have to go so fucking far to heal yourself up. The downtime is huge, and this is more just a problem of the map, and the solution is to take a support with you. We'll move on. Here, like you have a side angle where you can start shooting the tank. You can line aside their backline, and you can start shooting the tank. These are the moments where it's like you need to start hitting tank. You know, like these players are far behind. They're not doing a lot. What you can do is you can shoot the tank. You can make them make a decision, right? Put some DPS passive on them, reduce the healing that they're receiving, do some damage to them. If they try to push you out, your team pushes forward. If they try to push past you, then you start fighting these people. But why are we looking at the tank and just being like, I'm not even going to try? Like, you know that your bullets reduce the healing that she receives, right? Like, you are one of 2 people on the team that put a heal cut on the enemy team when you shoot them. Like, the DPS passive is really important in this game for reducing, you know, like how tanks can actually maintain. So, like, if you get a side angle, even a sprinkling of damage has a huge effect because you're putting a flat heal cut on her. Like, I think it's like 15% or something. So, like, never miss these opportunities unless you're like really desperately trying to be sneaky, you know. But you don't need to be sneaky here because the backline can't see you. Like, if you stand here and shoot, they can't peek you until they walk into you, and then you can just blink around them and start playing Tracer as you wish. So yeah, don't miss opportunities to sprinkle the heal cut on the tank, because like you can't always rely on just your other DPS to do it. And if you get a side angle, like that's probably the best thing you could be doing in a lot of your different fights here is, you know, increasing your uptime by just getting the free damage when it's there.
Yeah, that's interesting to think about. I don't think about the DPS passive like at all, and I probably should.
Sometimes you can like sell your flank, you know, like it's bad for you to, you know, spray from a million miles away and show them where you are. But there, it's like you weren't going for a sneaky play, you know. You're 1v2 in the backline, so you're playing the resource trade. You know, you're just trying to like keep them low, and you know, just.
Well, I think what you said makes a lot of sense. That if I don't need to force a play. If I'm just pressuring frontline from the off angle, if they address me, I can just blink back and we move up on the tank.
Exactly.
If they walk past, that's when I see an opportunity to poke them out. Okay, that makes a lot of sense.
Because then their backline has to walk, you know? Like, if their tank walks, then unless the tank just, you know, raid boss solo kills your whole backline. Like, if their tank walks, their backline has to walk into you, you know? Like, the opportunity creates itself. You doing a little bit of damage on the side, it has all these, like, you know, flow-on effect, where things get easier for you. You no longer have to just like fight their backline when they're completely prepared on their best cover. I didn't watch this fight. Hang on.
I don't know why I just like ignored the venture for a second.
Here, like you have somebody on the side with you. You might want to be, you know, have a bit more of an appetite for risk in a scene like this. Like, you know, you see the Cassidy over on the flank. You can like, you know, you still have like blinks, recall. If you know that there's somebody with you, if you're taking a 2v1, I'm not sure if you knew, but like if there's somebody with you, you should try and press these advantages and get these kills. Like when you find isolated people, anytime there's somebody isolated on the periphery, like if you have a 2v1, like you should push for it. Here you come back. Maybe you came back because you were with the Cass and you didn't want to be like on the same angle as your other DPS. But I think
that was the thought.
Yeah. I just think if your tank is still main, you just want to keep walking to the side, you know? Like it's a little fucking awkward, right? Like their tank is going to be completely, you know, free because she has no God knows how her health bar is this low with your Cass being over on the side like that. But you know, she doesn't have like a lot of pressure on her, realistically speaking. So like if you get the side, just take it, just keep pressing it. You know, you have help because you again like think of the downtime that you incurred here. It's like you came over to the side, you didn't commit, you came back here. This is just time that you could have been shooting your gun. You could have just making people walk, making people step forward or back. Instead, you know, you're just like in your backline, kind of receiving the venture roll, and now you're on point. There's no point to that. You know, you might as well just get out.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Consequence of this late death as well, like because you've done this instead of choosing to get out. You're probably the most responsible for touching at the end of the day. Like your Tracer. Now you're gonna have a hard time doing that. Someone else has swapped over to Venture. You can still do the touch if you don't get contested at all, but you're just making things needlessly hard for yourself. Recall a moment like this, I think. You know, like I don't know, like just like huge. You're taking big risks here. Where it's like, you know, Venture one shots you. You know, like if Venture gets a drill on you, you just want to like, you know, you want to be blinking instantly onto a pack or recalling. Like you're taking like a crazy risk there. Someone else got the touch. It all works out in the wash though. There we go. We did it. We shot. Oh. Shit. Okay, we nearly did it. Okay, you had a side angle. You contested the Zarya a little bit, so you know that was why I was getting excited. You know, like you had a side angle.
I had a moment where I shot the tank, and these
for the briefest of moments, you did damage to the tank. So you know we were almost there. There's not a lot to say about it other than don't blink into the grab though. Yep. I think you blinked into the grab. Here, you take the side. This map, this is the best Tracer map of the lot, right? Because here, you no longer have that issue of like, oh, I can only go left, I can only go right, you know? Here you have all of the opportunity. You can just take like all of these different flanks. Every side has packs. Every side has lots of options for you. So I think this is for sure the best Tracer map on or the best Tracer point on the map. Find the Venture up top, steal them a little bit, steal the pack from them. Notice that their whole team is coming left. You can just wrap around. Yeah, it's like, this is perfect, you know, where it's like you haven't like completely lost your turn or anything like that. You stay on the side. They know you're there. They have to deal with you. Careful with like overshowing is all, because like you don't need to keep wrapping onto like backliners and backliners. Like if you're right here and the Zarya is like, right, you know, Zarya's right here. Yep. You're right here. Like just there you go. You've got an effective position right then and there. You don't have to contest the backline all the time, because if you're uncontested on a Zarya, if anything, because I think you didn't have recall or something. Oh, did you not have recall? You didn't have health. You lost something. Something was missing.
I lost health.
Yeah, you lost. Like if you've lost health, like what would you rather duel? Something that slowly beams you down, or something that hits you for like 150 in one shot? You know.
Right.
You're better off like in these like low health scenarios where it's like you want to keep your uptime going. You don't want to completely lose your turn in the fight. Like you're better off shooting the tank that can't one shot you compared to the person that actually can. So you know. If you get out and try and heal again, you're stomaching downtime. If you just stay on the side, keep poking Zarya, double angle immediately. You know, your Zarya is shooting her in the face, you're shooting her in the back. So you get this side angle, but then you give it up. You get greedy. You keep trying to flank around. You've recalled out though, and now we're just, you know, we're in like downtime city right now. You come in towards the side. This is all fine, but just look at, you know, what's happened off screen. Like, nothing's happened in terms of like how you're moving and how you're playing now, but just because of how much time you spent not doing anything, not shooting anyone, like for sure I can see how you might get damage gapped here, because you know you just try to go to the backline, and you know it's easy for the backline to mark you out sometimes, but lots of opportunities here for you to shoot the tank. Seriously, you just become a tank shooting robot, you're going to go up a division. Like
seriously,
take
what's
all
funny
nuance
is
out of your gameplay.
Yeah, for real. And I'm sure I've just watched some Tracer videos and, you know, use recall whenever you can and shit like that, I probably am just like backline. But it's true, like what you said in the position with that door there, like our Zarya already has a position on point with the supports, and their Zarya was LOSing her supports. I think some of them, like shooting her there definitely makes the most sense, you know?
Yeah, it's all about maintaining the nuance, you know, like knowing when it is good to still go for the backline, and sometimes that can be, you know, the harder thing to crack. But I'd say like for this level, you can truly get away with so much in terms of just like getting to a position where you can do lots of damage and just letting the damage number guide you more than anything else, you know, like as long as you're consistently doing damage to people, even if you're not permanently solo kill final blowing everyone, like I feel like I've already seen that the mechanics are there, you know, like the mechanics and the movement are there. So like if you're able to work your way into these side angles, it's just like, just not being one track mind about who you're shooting, you know, it's whoever you run into first, go for that. As long as it's not early. You're really in this venture's head, you know. Like, I don't know what you did to this venture, but anyway, what's important is like understanding that you're not taking the 5v1s, you know, because sometimes whoever you run into first, that might result in you fighting before anyone else on your team is ready. So that's what you really want to be engaged with too. Is like, can my team follow up on what I'm doing? Am I creating a double angle for my team? If you get to the side of the fight before anyone else and you start shooting the enemy tank, then the enemy tank can look at you and shoot you out, and there's no cost, there's no trade. But if you wait that little bit longer, you wait for your team to be, you know, swinging main, fighting at the same time. That's how this hero becomes like not just a positioning, like a positionally intensive one, but a timing intensive one too. Because you're going to do your best when it seems like you have an invisibility cloak on. Because in order for them to shoot you, they have to get shot by your whole team. This is good though. Like you come in towards this point, you should really. Wait, was that on recharge? Did you take this earlier? What the fuck is going on here?
No, I think she just missed it.
Yeah.
I think she walked right past it.
Yeah, I was thinking like you should try and snipe this shit. Like you have the perk. Like you're fully perked up right now. You're dueling anything. Yeah.
Oh, I did take it. You're right. Yeah, you were right.
Wait, did you like accidentally take it like while you were The fuck? Who took it?
I took it right before this, I think, wasn't I?
Oh yeah, you took it here. Okay, I'm so dumb. Yeah, I was thinking you should like try and snipe this shit, but yeah, you already did, so that's all good. Okay.
I don't know why I sniped it early.
Yeah, I think it's okay to try and spawn kill Adventure, but you just need to be careful not to lose your turn in scenes like this, you know? Because like right now, what you've done is like this is a 1v1 where like Venture is a character that you're not gonna kill, right? You're gonna get skills out of the Venture, but you're not gonna kill them. Like realistically speaking, like they just have way too much survivability. So if you come back and you use a bunch of blinks, maybe even have to use your recall to spawn kill Adventure. At best, you're taking a 1v1 where you get into the fight a little quicker than they do, but you're probably not getting the kill. You're much better off spawn killing something like a Zen or an Ana or a Cass, something that's like actually cannot escape you compared to a Venture. Because right now, like as Venture's coming back right now, maybe Venture would be here instead of here if you hadn't gone for the spawn kill. But you could have been like applying bulk pressure to the solo Ana right now, you know? Like you get the sneaky position behind. You could have been like pressuring the Ana really hard from the back. Like, you know, you creep in here, you shoot the Ana a little bit, you blink over to here, you shoot the Kiri that's fighting on the point, you blink over here, you shoot the tank. Like you just could have been a lot more active in the fight, because right now this is a 1v1. This is a pure 1v1 and you're not in the fight at all. Neither is the Venture. You want to be able to create an advantage for your team, not an equal situation. And all this does is create an equal situation. And now you're somehow the one that's actually zoned out. Now the Venture's in the fight and you're not. This low-key worked out, like positionally, like you get the pinch with your Winston, sort of. It didn't work out. That's why it was low-key. But yeah. you definitely need to be aware of the fact that like if you go and spawn kill someone, the goal there is to actually be able to kill them, not just to take the 1v1. And yeah, Venture's a pretty poor target for that. It's hard to solo kill Adventure. Oh, we don't need to get too caught up on that. But yeah, now we're like, I don't know if we're 5v3 right now. How many of your teammates are alive right now? We're like 4v3, but it's like weird. Like we would trade it out. Yeah. You want to like press the advantage here, but really just like what's in front of you is best. Like what you're doing here, like not going for backline, is like really important. Because like you're up. I think yeah, maybe we got a little bit too excited at this point, you know, where it's like, you know, they have the bubble character and they have the cleanse character and you're going all in on the backline here. I think
and with Pulse and they had cleanse, like you said, I saw the Zarya get nanoed and I probably should have just waited to see what the monkey did. Like realistically, maybe if Monkey jumped backline over the Zarya, maybe that's a play.
He just backed out, you know, he just like
backed up.
Sensible.
Yeah,
it's like
so now
you're just 5v3, you know? It's like you're 5v3, and if you commit deeper, someone in your backline is not going to be there anymore. You know, like it's hard to play this numbers game in your head, but it's all about like how many people are going to be fighting in any given moment. If they know there's Zarya, your backline must run away. Like there is no option but for your backline to run away. Hog Squeezer has to press S, you know, or Hog Squeezer is going to die. So like for you, if you and Monkey jump to backline, it will be a 2v2. Winston plus Tracer on this backline, you will win, right? But at the end of the day, you need to recognize that at best it's going to be a 2v2. So if this guy's back jumping, because he's already like half HP, you can't go. So you're right. You're right to say that you should have just watched what your Monkey was doing. All kind of worked out though. They fucked up the easiest kill in the world on you. So like God is good. Hallelujah. But now like you're no recall. You're kind of like stuck in the middle of the fight. You just need to like sit on one of these close corners, you know? You just need cover and some heals. And, you know, would you believe I want you to shoot the furthest forward member of their team from cover? Like, I just want you to sit in the most passive cuck position possible, get some heals, and shoot their tank in the side of the fight. Like, you're coming out into the open, like taking risk, getting poked out by a Cass. Like, just sit in a cuck angle and shoot their tank. DPS passive their tank, get a little bit of damage, get inside, blink inside your bubble when the bubble's down, and that's about it, you know? No need to creep into their backline and go behind here, because all you're doing, like, you don't have recall right now. Like you're 7 seconds away from recall. You have no recall. You have no health. Like you don't need to contest Ana. You have the point. You have the player advantage. Like you have the health advantage. You don't have a player advantage anymore. It's about to be a 5v5. But yeah, like you're just taking yourself out of the fight so senselessly, so frequently doing this stuff. And now here you're in the back. You're doing the Ana. You still don't have recall. Like you're blinking face to face with the Ana that can nade her feet and kill you 2 seconds on recall. Like what's the plan here? You know, like there is no plan. It's suicide. So you really can't be doing this.
Yep. It's the 1vx game apparently.
Yeah, you love a 1v1 or 1v2 or 1v3. Like you love to fight from a deficit. Because like right here, I reckon you could have finished this kill. Like
Yeah, probably.
I reckon maybe even with this being a bit far for you, like not the greatest range ever, I reckon 2 blinks, a bit of damage, a bit of DPS passive here, 2 blinks into the bubble, that's a dead Zarya in my book, you know? Like that's less than 100 HP. That's just more than 100 HP. Fuck! But yeah, you could have managed. But
Yeah,
instead,
at least
like,
the DPS passive could have, you know.
I mean, maybe she already had the passive on her from your surgeon, to be fair. But yeah, like either way, like you can finish that, but instead, like, you know, you have like 8 seconds of downtime because of no blink, because of no recall.
Yep.
And instead of using that to just like, you know, spread some passive, do a bit of mid-range cuck damage, instead you do 0 damage by flanking.
Yep. Of course, I go back to the backline to distract.
Yeah, well,
is my thought
all the way,
process before
all
my
the way in
take's
the
even
back. You just want to
Yeah.
like peel them behind every fight, but it's like,
Yeah, apparently.
you know, from the side, like from the side angle, you can connect with your Winston on anything, you know? Like you don't need to connect from back here, right? Like you don't need Winston from the front, you from the back. It can just be Winston from the front, you from the side, you know? And you can clear the side before that happens. You can walk up and you can poke the Venture a little bit and make them use some cooldowns and go over them to the back line, whatever it may be. But the hard flank just means that there's 0 damage from you right up until the moment that it happens. And if they poke your Winston on the way forward and he can't go, you are completely without recourse. You are just behind, alone in the world.
It's funny. It's it's why I'll win some games and be like, you know, 30-5 and have like 6k damage, and everybody else have like 12k. It's because I'm just doing this shit the whole time. Sometimes it works out because they don't address me, right?
Well,
And
this style is too reliant on everything going right. Like this only works if your Winston gets the perfect engagement, or these people just straight line and suicide, I suppose. But like this only works if your Winston gets in uncontested. But you're not helping your Winston get in. You're not making it easy for him to walk forward, because the way that Winston is able to walk is if Cass has to come to the side and stop shooting Winston. You know, like if this guy has to actually deal with you on the side, then Winston jumps because he's come over to deal with you. That's how you're going to win, right? Like imagine this Cass tried to chase you over here. Imagine the Venture over here didn't exist, because, you know, we're trying to talk in a vacuum here. Like Cass tries to chase you over here a little bit because you start doing the Cass. Cass is here. Your Winston then gets to walk up in main without getting shot by Cass, jump over to the Cass, connects with you anyway. You know, you don't have to go for the furthest back member of their team, and then you have successfully dived the Cass. You know, you've successfully created that opportunity. Instead, you're all the way behind. Cass gets to stand here, pop, 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 pop in the face for Winston, 0 contest. Winston cannot go from here to the Ana without taking half of his HP instantly, you know? Like there's just too much risk on it all. Like he goes there, but look at his health. Like look at the price that he had to pay for that because you're behind. Like I mean, hopefully this is I don't know. I don't know if this is like new knowledge for you, but hopefully this is like articulating to you the importance of this.
No, I mean it makes sense, right? Like I said, I'm not like way higher in support, but at least I understand it from a support side, at least to some level, because when I can sit back and shoot, I see the game unfold a lot more.
Yeah, engagement in the big picture is really important to understanding like what you may or may not be doing wrong outside of just the mechanical side of things. Like understanding like why it's good for you to do something is really important if you want to become a better player.
Yep.
Who the fuck is Irina? Sorry, I just have to look into this real quick. Who is this? This is a client for sure. Like I have no idea who this is. I guess we'll never know. Sometimes someone will just rename on the friends list, and it's like I was thinking like, you know, maybe I can like deduce it from their rank, but that was a crapshoot. I'll look at our mutual friends on bat on that later and try to get to the bottom of this. But now you're behind. You're going for the touch. This is all fine. Like your touch here was okay. Is there anything you could have done better here?
Not well. I was too far back, but I recalled without actually taking any damage there. But I wasn't.
You had no blinks, to be fair. Like touch, and you had so many people. Like it's
I meant with the Ana right then. But yes,
right. Yeah. I'm thinking about the touch now. It's like you just want to get as close as you can in advance, so that then you can blink on without using the recall. Like if you come here, you know, you want to get to like this side so that it's 2 blinks instead of 3.
Mhm.
But honestly, like they're hunting you out. Like you're pretty fucked no matter which way you slice it here.
Yep.
There's only like small optimizations that can be made here. You get another touch, so like job really done. And you tried, like you could have got the tap and press D instead of looking back to where you're blinking to maybe get out one more time. But it's minor stuff.
Yep.
I think you understand the fundamentals of how to stall. Like you went on, you tried to preserve recall, you just didn't have a chance, and the second time you tried to blink on off, it just didn't happen.
Yep.
Shit, does it keep going? That's the end of this one. Okay,
Oh,
so
this is
yeah, you got a one-track mind for sure, though.
yeah.
Let's get this next code going. That was quick, that one.
It's yeah. I mean, I think it's the same type of game. I don't remember. Like I said, I tried to use losses just because sometimes shit can snowball and you look better than you are on a win.
Yeah, I mean, I think sometimes like people will bring a code where it's like I feel like they play quite well, like they win the game quite heavily, but usually I think they just don't want to be like subjected to some sort of like degradation ritual, so they're like trying to bring
Right.
something where they didn't play too poorly.
Hey, look, I'm good. But why am I not ranking up? And it's like,
Yeah,
well,
exactly. Like so
obviously, this is one of
it's like
a number of
you
games.
tactically picked out the code where you got 4 or 5Ks, like that's good.
Yeah.
But overall, like, there's always something to talk about, like, I don't know, the past like 3 years of full-time employment for me was watching, like the explicitly best players in the world and trying to fucking take issue with absolutely everything they do. So rest assured, I will never have too much trouble poking issue with somebody's ranked game.
Good.
But yeah, I think for you, like if it's going to be like a consistent problem, I think your start was fine. You came over to the point side, which is your good side angle here. You have like you immediately like lose the ability to hold the side from where your team went, so you go deeper, and that's totally fine. So all's good thus far. Just got to be careful when you're on the chase like this that you're not like throwing yourself into the middle of everyone. I think that overall your positioning in that regard has been really good. That was why, like when I saw like the very first few fights on the first code, I was like, you know your stuff, because like you weren't making that mistake a lot of like a lot of people will do that on Tracer in the lower ranks and with like weaker movement and positioning, is they'll put themselves in the middle of everything. They'll expose themselves to lots of angles to try and finish kills or to try and do damage. It's okay to do it to finish a kill, to like go for the blink melee finisher, but if you're like if your target is like half HP like this Lucio and it's kind of hard to chase them, you need to be really cautious around going out into the open, into the middle of everything, exposing yourself to this side. Because here it was like there was a Kiri here, there was an Echo here, there's a Rhino on point, so you're really putting yourself in the middle of everything to try and finish that kill. It's so okay to let a target get away if it doesn't mean that it's going to cost you all of your blinks and recall, So like here, good side, take the side initially, get some damage in. There's a Bastion form, so you go deeper. You're here on the back line. You do some damage to the Lucio. Here, still like isolated target over on the right. Don't get caught in the double angle, right? Like this is you getting caught in the trap, Like you go all the way, you blink melee finish this guy, you blink onto his face and you kill him. All's well in the world. But just have to be really careful about putting yourself in the middle of everything. Otherwise, you've already won the resource trade, You've already gotten this guy really low. You've preserved your health, you've preserved your blinks, you've preserved your recall. Just keep using that to go and dually isolated Echo next, Like you force the Lucio out of the fight, he's healing nobody. Kiri's used TP. You go and duel the Echo 1v1. Like, go use your blinks to actually get outside and get into effective range of her. And, you can just win that way. Just, overall, though, this is relatively micro, I'd say. But, look at the downtime that you have yet again when you're out of the fight, right? Like, I don't think that you should have to get out of the fight like this. Your support's already dead or something. I don't think they are they? You got a Wu Yang. Where's your fucking Kiri? Is she dead? She just died now to the Rhine. But like, you had 2 supports alive post recall. Like, you need to not play with your supports in terms of how like go back to your supports so much, but like you need to be spamming X and making sure that you're getting help in some of these mid fights, because it's like Kiri and Tracer. Match made in heaven, right? Like you go over to a flank, Kiri comes over to that same flank, you can stay on that flank forever and Kiri can do huge damage. Wu Yang as well, like if ever you get close to the Wu Yang, you get the orb and it lasts on you for 1,000,000 years. Like if you can avoid incurring downtime by getting a Wu Yang orb, by getting a Kiri TPing onto you, like you can just win the game off that. You give the Kiri the god spot, you take the side angle that benefits your Kiri and you both, and then you never have to leave. You never have to stop doing damage. You lost if you lose this fight right now, which it looks like you're kind of angling to. It's literally it's because you had to recall for fuck all, and then after your recall, instead of getting helped, like fuck, like look how long you spent. Yeah, you're just out forever.
Basically dead.
Even post recall, you could have stayed in the fight by just
Right.
spamming X, knowing where your supports are, and then shooting from the periphery of the fight while you get pocketed, and then getting more aggressive when you're back to full. But you're missing those moments. You know, you're too self-sustaining. Almost always, my feedback is the opposite for people on Tracer. I think I don't know if you've ever watched any of my videos before or anything like that.
I did. I watched one of
always
the
my
Masters. I watched a recent Masters video on your channel, and I was like, this guy isn't pushing any advantages. He's just shooting the tank the whole time. That's what I was thinking. I'm the polar opposite.
Well, look, it's nice. It's nice that, you know, I'm not just giving the same exact feedback to everyone. You know, it's nice that people actually have like unique issues, because most people are like incapable of pathing for the packs and stuff like that. But for you, like, you're over adjusted. Like, you're way over adjusted for this shit, where it's like you're out of the fight so much trying to do it, you're never getting the help of your supports. Like, you're just the complete opposite issue of some of the other players. Here though, like, again, like, you're not gonna clutch this out, but like the way you played it there, like, you know, you're so close to recall. Like, maybe you can kill the Kiri at least. Like, maybe you can, but instead you're just like greeting, going into a Ryan's race, trying to finish things too early. But you know, at this point it's like 1v3. We're in the weeds.
Yep. Yeah, it's weirdly enough, I'm too impatient, but I don't have good angles. I'm always flanking, so then I'm using like my recall too much, like when I forced out the Lucio. If I would have just sat there and kept recall, even just to threaten it, you know, probably would have won the fight.
Oh, preservation of recall just means that you get to keep fighting for longer and longer and longer periods of time. You know, like, you can just keep dumping clips and feel comfortable taking risk when you actually like can finish a kill, right? Like, you can take the duels. Whereas like once your recall's gone, like, you have no confidence to take a duel anymore. You're neutered once the recall's gone. So I think, for sure, preserving that for as long as you possibly can is always a prior. This is really good though. Like, you came in on the side, like, you didn't take the main angle, and you're tapping point now. So it's like, just don't get off the point. Just like keep shooting whoever comes, and yeah, I mean, really good. You know, like, you've carried this fight beyond measure by doing this. Once you're out here on the Echo, I mean, maybe a little like cautious with your blinks. Like, you're I think maybe because you're I think maybe because you're like down on blinks, you're like being a little bit overly cautious because you use so many to get out here. But it's like, oh, I feel like it's criminal that you've come out here to fight the Echo and you've just like run away from her in the same breath, almost. Like, she's here, you have the corner, you blink back instead of like using the corner for cover. And now, like, even though you're 2v1ing an Echo, you're just like, you're running away from the fight so much. I think, like, you know, you're like on the corner here. You just like sit here on the corner, make her swing and drop into you, push back onto her, like relatively micro stuff. But I think the fundamentals of what you tried to do there were really fine. It's just, you know, maybe we're falling over a little bit on execution here. Like, there's nothing to say about you blinking into the Ryan's Fire Strike or fucking up the kill on the Echo there, but I think the fundamentals are really rock solid. You came to the side, you tap point, you got the cap, you didn't greed and chase off or anything like that. And then when you did chase off, you had blinks, you had recall. Just, you know, we didn't use them this time around. But really,
I feel like it was the first time in these two VODs I played conservatively and we just won the fight really easily.
It's like
so it's just ironic.
To be fair though, you know, like, you did actually flank behind to do it this time. Like, you know, you were still doing the same thing that you're always doing. It just played differently because they were holding forward and you got to see the point for it instead. Like, you went all the way behind as you tend to do, really. Yeah, these angles are a little awkward for you, where it's like when the fights break down on the point, the angles are really long and really hard for you to actually like get close and get an effective side. I think here, what's most important is just being like anchored to these pillars, you know, and like ready to creep up on the sides, you know. So it's like you're here, and you know you can either like blink through the point, which is like high risk because you're kind of in the middle of everything. Like, the center pillar is rubbish, or you know coming up onto the sides to try and get through the periphery a little bit more. Being caught where you're at right now, like, this is the inexcusable zone, right?
Just
like,
right in the middle.
Well, it's just like, you know, you have to be here, here, here. Well, this is fucking ass too, really. But this is the most awkward spot for you, where it's like, you know, you want to get the pinch by coming through here, or you want to get the pinch by coming around the side, and failing all of those, just using these corners and getting as close as you can. Unfortunately, we're just not using that space at the moment, so there goes recall. And now recall's gone. Oh, a kill might have been delivered to you, but you're just gonna get chased out, maybe. It's alright. Kaidan's got you covered. You are uncautious when it comes to getting close to the Ryan. The spacing does Ryan sucks. You get too close too much, you're gonna get hammered.
Do I?
I think so. Yeah. When you were blinking,
I mean, I died to a fire strike the fight before.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Well, it's like there. It's like he's swinging wildly on the point. If he's like mouse swinging like a Ryan should, he could have just like cleaved you like without any thought. this is really good what you just did here. Like, you just took like huge risk. You came out into the open, but the way you were doing it, the position, like the timing you were doing it, you're blocking the tracer. You know, like the one person that you're shooting there is the only person that can touch. Usually I would be super anti doing what you just did because again, like it's what you did in the first fight where you're out in the open in front of a bunch of people. But there, you're blocking the only person that can touch. So really, it's okay. There's no comment. Breeze through that one. So pack. Once you have the perk, if you see a tracer, if you see any flanker that you want to duel, you need to dominate the pack control. You know, like as soon as you're perked, there's like very little consequence to you taking these packs. All you're doing is providing her with an opportunity to win the duel by like kiting away from this one. Like, because you kited away from this one, now she's taking the pack, and she can keep pressing the advantage a little bit. You know, maybe she's not going to go for it all in. But I think just like super general rule, like consciously stealing the packs once you're perked up all the time is like really, really, really valuable. Like creates a huge advantage for you. Like right here, you were face to face with the pack and she just blinked through it and took it from you. That was a free blink for you in the duel and denial of heals for her. So like, you know, the first time around, I think the feedback was a bit limp because it was like a 5v1. This time around, you know, like literally 15 seconds later, we can see that there's a habit or a lack thereof here where it's like you get this health pack perk for a reason. You get blinks back from this. Even if you're full HP, you're denying them the ability to use it during the duel. So you should proactively take this shit.
I hate to say that I didn't used to take the health pack perk until about 2 days ago when you yelled at someone for not knowing to take the health pack perk. And I was like, shit, I have to start taking that. And so
now, next step is to start taking the health packs too.
yeah, next step is actually use it. Yep.
Yeah, I mean, really not too shabby though. But yeah, like for sure, like you'll create a huge advantage for yourself in the duel if you take the pack. Like now you're just actually bopped in the duel because like they took pack. This Trace is like really healthy. This Kiri doesn't have to like focus on healing because she can just do damage because Trace is full. And you literally like lose off the back of that, you know? When you were 1v2, like you could just waste their time for a longer period of time. I think there was someone with you for a while, right? Maybe you had a Kiri here and she TP'd out or something. I feel like there was somebody with you for a bit, but overall, like if it's a 2v2, you can fight it. If it's a 1v2, you're wasting time, and then trying to slip off into the night, you know? If you're trying to slip off into the night, this is probably the way to go about it because there's another pack for you to keep resetting, you know? The whole gameplay loop, once you're perked up on Tracer, is like you're going from pack to pack to pack to pack, and you keep getting a new ability to escape because you keep getting these refresher. As long as you're ahead of the enemy Tracer, you're always going to get these refreshers of not only your health, but also of blinks, which means that you keep escaping her and getting further and further away. But that only happens if you're kiting to a pack. Here, you're kiting to your team, which means you might get heals, but you don't get the blinks. If you go to the pack side, you get both. Even though you're alone for a longer period of time, especially on Flashpoint, on Control, where health packs are really abundant, you can just endlessly escape with this perk. It's really value. Nothing to say about that one. Here it's a little awkward, like you gotta be careful not to get bopped by her. I think on the retake, the side that you're taking right now, like it's a good side to take right from the start, you know? Like when you're retaking up through here, if they're like holding close and controlling these angles, it can be a little awkward for you to actually work your way through. Because here, like look, their Kiri's holding up. You come into here, this is like great space for Kiri to duel you. Like close rooms, walls she can climb up. Like lots of opportunity for her to like headshot melee you. If you come over to like the wide side down here, you can like drag people away a little bit more. You can go and play like a little solo game down here, or you can drag a support here. But essentially, like you can just create an off angle. I think this side is like close and tight, which is good for Kiri. This side, because there's like a little bit more of a wide angle that can be taken here, this can be a bit safer for the retake to try and drag them away so that your team gets space. The other alternative is like you can try go for like, you know, point touch antics, where you're like going around the side. But I think because we're trying to discourage that overall, maybe I don't want to encourage you to go flanking behind every single time. But but going around the back and trying to like tough the point here, if you see they're holding you close, it's always good to touch point. That's literally why you won on first point, is because they were holding you close and you went and touch point and you C9'd the point out from them. If you did the same thing here, come around the side, go around to the back of the point, sit here at the back. Obviously there's a Ryan respawning. It's not a perfect example, but you sit here, they can no longer hold forward, or they're going to have to C9 the point, or someone's going to have to come onto the point and 1v1 you. So like there's options for you here. But coming up through main is shit. Because if you're coming up through main, when they're holding close, you just don't have a side angle at all. And this side angle is like soft controlled by the Kiri, because she duels you very, very well in that room.
Yeah, I hate dueling Kiri, bro.
I mean, she's like fucking, she's Stalin, Pol Pot, and all that rolled into one. Just cancer hero.
Fucking uber DPS, best DPS in the game.
I mean, truly.
I always say that.
Broken, just really good at dueling. Far too good at dueling. I don't know, the power creep of Overwatch 2 characters is like insane. Like the difference between being an Overwatch 1 character and an Overwatch 2 character is like outrageous. Here, like this is definitely like we're definitely at the point where it's like you should have stopped going main and started coming either to here or to the point side. Because here, like again, you know, you can be that cleanup crew, like you can hit people from the side, drag people away from the choke, and if not, you can keep working your way through. You know, you got a little statue here, little pack back here. Is it here? No, it's over here. I'm fucking hopeless, but yeah. Either way, like just coming through main, like you just get the weakest angle possible. Where you wind up going in the end, it's actually where you could have come through from the flank, but it costs you a recall because you had to use too many blinks to get there. And yeah, you've done nothing to peel the enemy team back. You're sort of just like you're playing.
Yeah, I'm just sitting main.
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, now you're ready for the touch at least. Like it's good that you do this. You should try and get around that cover though. Like you're. Again, like, you know, you come back and touch, like maybe you're trying to like finish a kill or something. That's why you're doing this, like why you keep peeking. But like, yeah, you really want to like preserve your condition, keep touching the point. But instead, like you're peeking, half your health is gone. You're back here, you get one bopped and you die. Like if you're touching point, try to not take damage until they're contesting. For sure, as a general rule. Like try and hide people, like hide from people as much as you can when you're touching. So then they have real pressure, right? Like think about it this way: if you're touching point, and they can turn around and shoot you out of your point touch from here, then they don't have to come back for you. If you're touching point and they actually have to walk back onto the point and walk around the statue to shoot you out, that takes so much more time and attention away from them. So it's good if you can pop out and finish a kill if someone's low, but standing here being like AD, I'm going to shoot you from mid-range plus, like it's low damage in terms of effectiveness, and it massively increases the chances that you're going to lose your turn, lose your ability to actually follow up when it matters. And here, I mean, that's exactly what's happened, right? Like you got poked in the mid-range, and then you just get one bob by a body shot from the Kiri.
Oh. Fuck up the blink right there.
Yeah, okay. I mean, look, you had heart. Okay, yeah, you had heart. That's what matters. Maybe you could have maybe you could have wrapped through the right side from the start, but I think it's all relatively hindsighty. I think what you did is fine. Like, you just fucked up the blink, so maybe we can just brush over this.
I'm pretty sure I can one blink that from the fucking middle, can't I?
I think so, but I'm also like I'm so bad when it comes to like really specific stuff. Like I think you can. I feel like this is not very high. I'm pretty sure. Like I'll watch it once and see if you fucked up.
Pretty sure I can too.
Yeah, I mean you jumped.
I think I did.
You jumped from
I jumped from the inside.
You just fucked that up for sure. Because here, I mean, this is just mechanics. Like the ideas here are really fine. And yeah, your whole team's dead, so you're not touching this. Okay, next fight. What you're doing here is really okay. Like, not setting up the backline is totally fine in like every fight. And here it's like you found a Tracer where it's like, it's a good idea. Like, oh, you took the pack too. It's a good idea to duel her here. The only problem with the way you're dueling this Tracer right now is the reason that it's a good idea. Yeah, the reason that it's a good idea to duel this Tracer is because she's inside your whole team, so you can easily make it a 2v1. The problem is that you are not making it a 2v1. This is just a pure This is just a pure 1v1, right? She is in a position where she can get absolutely no help ever. You are consciously choosing to not get the help. So like here, win or lose, I'm afraid, you know, this does wind up being like moderately, no, you didn't even win it because she gets away. But yeah, like really like this scene, you would have just won if you just dragged to support. You see the Tracer, you start mashing the fuck out of X, someone comes with you, you get even just the Wu Yang orb, and you would have won the duel already, you know? You would have been so much more ballsy, and you would have just walked over her. But now instead, we're just in like the unlimited 1v1. Hey, you get a cleanup kill. That's a plus. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely on purpose.
Yeah, that was intentional. It was all God's plan. But yeah, this... What's happening now? Oh, there you go. See again, like really, the light is shining on you now. Like it's all working out.
All calculated.
Exactly right. But yeah, like really, this is a big sticking point for you. It's like this absence of taking like favorable fights. You know, you have a support, you don't press the advantage of the 2v1. You can create a 2v1, and instead it's a 1v1 for no reason. You're going into their spawn, and it's a 1v2 for no reason. Numbers game. You get the fucking abacus out when you're playing the game, dude.
It's funny because I learned Tracer from just playing free for all a shit ton in Overwatch.
Oh god.
That's
How long
all
did
I
you say
did.
you've been playing the game again? I forget.
For a long time. I don't fucking know, but all I do is I played free for all on Tracer, and that's how I learned to play her. And go figure, now I just take a million 1v1.
Yeah, I mean, like you were playing the mode where you do not have teammates, so it makes sense that you know, your fundamental style is ignorant to the concept. Here, we're in control. I mean, your Genji has been shield bashed somewhere along the way. I genuinely have no fucking idea what's happening here after your team has gotten the flip. You're going like comically forward when like I don't think your team has even been traded out. Like I have no idea like what. This is out of your hands. I think this is just out of your hands. This is just ranked. Like this guy's just pushed over on the side and killed himself. You're here isolated with the Genji. He's up top. Once he's up top, you cannot kill him. Like once someone gets up here and you're Tracer, give up. Like genuinely, once someone is up here, give up. Recognize.
I should have just looked at what the rest of the team was doing. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I mean, the fight's already lost, right? Like it's already become a 5v3 just because Fart Monster and K-Dan have killed themselves for no fucking reason. But like once somebody gets up here, give up genuinely because it's impossible. You know, like someone comes up here, you cannot chase them out. You have officially taken them out of the fight for a huge period of time by putting them up here because they have to sit up here and passively recharge. So once you do this, just go deal with someone else. Instead, you're like back and forth. How many blinks have we used to try and kill this guy? He hasn't taken damage for 5 seconds. He's passively recharging now. So like, you know, you can just, you know, put them in a nothing position and then give up. But yeah, not the crux of the issue in terms of why you lost that fight. But yeah, in the spirit of uptime, once you force someone out, recognize that the damage is done. You don't always need to chase them. I talk about this a lot with Tracer duels as well, where it's like, if you get the recall out of the enemy Tracer and you still have yours, you don't need to chase her for the kill necessarily, right? You can recognize that a Tracer with no recall kind of does fuck all for the next 13 seconds. So it's like, if you've made the enemy Tracer use recall early on, maybe that's an opportunity for you to walk forward and shoot the tank, to walk forward and dive the back line, because the enemy Tracer is probably not going to do the same to your team because she has 13 seconds of dick in hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the same thing as what you did with the Genji there. It's like you forced him out, so at that point, he's out. Now you can go and get active in the fight. Here,
right.
You know, you're a bit light on blinks. You want to get over to the side. You do get onto the side. Again, your general positioning is really fine in the character. Like your style here is good. It's we've had a couple of these deaths with recall like so far though. Like you didn't need to touch here, and like your angle was good. You know, like your angle's good. You're here on the side. You kill the carry. It's like once you're here, like, you know, again, here's your pack, here's your side. You want to maintain this as much as you possibly can. Dropping in towards the point, like coming in here, like you're just taking yourself away from how you can maintain in the fight. So here, you really just fucked yourself more than anything else.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, you're definitely getting a theme of how I play.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, maybe you're getting bored at this point because it's like too much of the same stuff. But you know, like
no worries. It's like for me, I'm more excited to go shoot a tank as Tracer for a while.
You're just waiting for the session to end so you can deal damage to a tank.
Yeah. My whole thought is if I off angle and shoot at a tank, I'll win more games. Like,
I think so.
And it's a little bit more, it's encouraging to hear, oh, my mechanics are pretty good because I'm going, you know, my first thought is I'm losing 1v1s or 1v2s, so my mechanics must be ass. And you're telling me, well, your mechanics aren't bad. Everything else is bad.
Yeah, just don't take the 1v1. Don't make it a 1v1. Don't make it a 1v2. Just like play for the advantaged fight. You know, the beauty of Tracer, the huge, you know, option that you have is that, you know, you can really pick and choose whatever fight you want because you have so much mobility. You can be wherever you need to be. If you're constantly able to set up for the backline every single goddamn fight, that probably means you're able to set up for the side too. You know, like you don't always have to shoot tank, right? Like it's just shoot what's close to you. Very first fight, very first scene of this whole review, you were face to face with a Pharah. Tracer shits on Pharah. Like, just fight
Right.
what you run into, you know? Just
Yep.
don't get too one tracky. And right here, like already, you know, shame you got Kiri headshotted here, but like, you know, you're here in this corner, you get like the safe angle to poke out the Rhine a little bit. He turns his head to you, he gets shot by your team main, you know, like already, you know, something's happening. The problem is that you got headshotted by the Kiri and you recalled. You recalled when, you know, you're here with the pack and you're here with a Wu Yang. Like, one blink back when you get headshotted by the Kiri, heal by the Wu Yang, heal by the pack, whatever it may be, and you're right back to business, you know?
Sure.
But
Yep.
you know, losing your recall means losing your uptime. And again, when you start peeking again, you keep fucking peeking from the middle. Peek from somewhere where the Kiri can't shoot you. If you're off angling, the purpose of an off angle and the you know, the meaning of an off angle is that you're cutting the angles that the enemy team can see you. The only way that they can shoot you is by swinging into you. But nobody has to swing you if you stand here. They have to swing you if you stand here. If you stand here.
Right.
Yeah, you know, hug the corners. For the most part, you're doing that well. But on a couple of these side angles, I mean, every single time this Kiri has headshotted you, you've been in the middle. Like, you just love the midpoint here for some reason. But she's headshotted you 3 times with you, and she still killed herself. That hurt. The mechanics are 95% there, but that one, you know,
Yeah, dude. If I missed some of this one, that pulse was way off.
Yeah, and again, like respect for the Rhine for sure. Like you need to like blink on his swing timings and shit. Like when you like went for that there, like when you went for the pulse bomb there, I think he was like swinging. Like I think he's swinging and he's just not swinging his hammer around in a 360 because he's not dialed in like that. He's not tapped in. Here, you've seen Tracer use recall. This is one of those moments I was talking about where it's like, she has perks. If she gets one pack, you're never fucking catching her. You just saw her recall. Consider her out of the fight. Start fighting someone else. Whether it's the Rhine, whether it's their backline, it doesn't matter. But this is the exact scene I was talking about. Like,
I think she chased it. I chase her around forever and I don't catch her there.
I'd believe it because she's perked up. Like, yeah, exactly. Like, you don't even need to watch it for it to happen. You know, this is it's just what fucking happens.
Yeah.
You know, like she's out of the fight. She didn't shoot her gun at your team the whole time she was doing this, but she mind control you to not shoot your gun either. Like that's these are the things you need to be really aware of. These are the things that are actually killing you. You might as well have been dead for the past 15 seconds. The health pack that she just took is back up by the time you started fighting Akiri. And it still works out. Oh, that was a little intimidating. Shield bashing Rhine onto your face.
Well, at least I shoot the tank if he's the only target, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean, if it's a 5v1, you're actually dialed in on target selection. Like, you did well there. But, respectfully. Now you're in control. Coming forward here, I don't know, your Doom is in and you're like playing off him, so maybe it's okay. But like where you're at right now versus the Genji, this is like the one-shot me zone. I think it can be a little hard to block the touch, and like blocking the touch of the Genji by coming in here is like fucking optimistic, you know? Like this point, if people come here, usually a Tracer can triple blink to here. So it's okay to come up here, but you know, be aware that you know you're probably like costing yourself your turn by coming here more than anything else. Their touch is probably still going to happen. So often you're better served just like off angling through here and like killing the people that straight line to the objective. You know, like hit forward with your Doom by coming through here and like actually getting the forward dive if you can. I think what you've done is right. Overall, like the way you approached it was like the way, you know, I'm kind of like giving the feedback before you've made a mistake here. But yeah, like you want to kill the people that are straight lining to the point or just set up forward to go with your Doom. And I feel like you did both of those things. So this is good. Maybe you fucked up here though. Like you had this Lucio right here. He is straight lining to the point. You had a good position to shoot him. And instead you used all your blinks to get onto the point 1v2, you know? Like
I tumbled onto the Genji. Yeah.
It's like your team's trading really favorably right now. Like you just killed 2 people forward. The only way you're going to lose from this point is if you C9, which there's clearly no threat of. They haven't even started capturing the objective. Or if you die. So really, like, once you're up, be conservative. Don't get yourself traded. Like, congrats, you got the final blow on the Genji. But like, he can just right click and melee you and one shot you with what you just did. Like, you just used every last blink to get into that range. So for sure, like, just kill the people that are straight lining and then come back and clean up conservatively. Don't throw the game. Not that you did it here, obviously, but yeah, always it's a little bit of a red flag if I see you getting too close to a Genji or a Kiri in a close room. Now we're here on the side. Take the fucking packs.
Well, can I still take the pack with the perk? I hadn't taken any damage.
Yeah,
but I
you even if you are full HP, it will just, as long as you have used a blink, it will give you the pack. Like you can
really.
Yeah, that's why it's so good. Like you can be 175 HP and you can steal the pack from her before the duel even starts, you know? Like obviously it's ideal if you get a refresher from it, but like even if you are full HP, you still take the pack as long as you have a blink to replenish. So like that's why it's so OP. That's why it's so incredibly good, and why like it's so important for you to control it in the duel, because like if you don't take it, she will. Someone is taking that pack in the duel, damage or no. So here, like you've given her the refresher, but yeah, that's probably the biggest benefit of it. Honestly, is the fact that you can actually take it on full HP. So you don't even have to be losing the duel to take the pack. You just get the pack no matter what.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. It's like when you stole it from the Venture on what is it?
Yeah, I
Is it
thought
Downtown?
I thought. Oh, I must have had damage on me. I don't know.
It's just because you were down a blink. The only way that the only way that it won't take the pack is if you have 3 blinks and full it. See here, there's Ryan problems. Like,
Yep.
watch how you set up for this.
Overcommitting to go for a pulse.
Yeah, well, it's like where you're at right now. Your Doom's going forward. These are the scenes where it's like there is 0 value to you shooting at this range. Like all you're doing at this range, like you're not applying a meaningful passive to anyone. You're just showing them where you want to engage from. You know, like you want to come from here to here. You want to pinch with your Doom, right? Like you still need to work your way up here to here to here to here to here before you're pinching. If you're shooting at this long range, meaningless damage. Shows where you're coming from. And then for some reason, you come back main to engage anyway. If you're here, absolutely engage through this side. You know, like if you're gonna fight forward, if you're committing to the bit, you need to come from the off angle. You can't come from the main side. Like your Doom is in main, your Genji is in main. You coming through here, apart from the fact that you got swung in the face by Orion, like you took the long route to not have a flank, you know? From here, you can have a little side angle. You can once again steal a pack. In theory, this pack was already long gone, but this side is just better for you. You get cover, you get an off angle, you can keep working your way through the side. You can be a nuisance. From main, you get nothing, and you get no recall apparently. And yeah, I mean your Genji, I mean he obviously overheated a little bit, but fucking hell, you're magnetic for this, right? This guy's got your number. Here where you're at, like you can just kind of get closer, you know, like blink in through here, keep side angling, but the damage is done. Like you're down 2 players, like you're down your recall because of what you did earlier. So it's like your window to carry is non-existent. Once you've lost this many players, you should just try and play life behind them. Like you don't always have to be behind the enemy team. You know, I think we've established that. But if you're behind the enemy team and it's like a 2v5, like just stay there, you know? Like make them chase you out. Don't go fight the backline, because right now you're blinking on the Kiri, you're fighting the Kiri. I mean, you died because you were too close, or maybe you got shot by someone else. But even if you didn't die here, you would have to recall here, and then the Tracer would chase you and kill you. So it's like you need to recognize when you're cutting your losses and actually getting out. And like when your whole team was dead and you were here, you had a pack, you were full HP, this is the time, you know? You just hide, sit behind, and then you will get a pinch to go with your Doomfist to get ready. And if they go hold forward, then you can touch point. Take the free position when it's given to you. There's no setup time associated with flanking behind if you're already there, so it's fine to stay behind the enemy team in those scenes. Shadow comes down, you got yourself a nice little side angle. This side angle is really cool. It's all good like for the retakes. Now there's a Tidal Blast coming out, you're working your way forward. This is good. Just straight up, this is good, you know? Like, only thing I think you could have done better in this scene, oh, you fuck. Okay. Alright, so like when you were working your way up the side here, like when there's this mini, again, like now that you know the secret source, take this on the way for the more blinks, you know, like because you weren't pre-positioned enough, like you're down here, you're a little slow, like working your way forward, like take the extra blink through the pack, you know, like you'll get more distance by taking the pack early on. And if you're not going to do that, if you're going to come up to this pillar, come to this pillar, shoot them from the side, get poked, take the pack then, you know. But instead, because of how you've worked your way back here, you're putting yourself like out of range of all the packs, you know, like this is your cover with pack range. This is, you know, once you start getting over to here, you're getting out of 1 blink range of that pack. So, you know, just try and anchor yourself to the cover that is closest to the pack when possible. But really, overall, super well done. you still have recall, so it's like you can afford a little bit of a risk. You have full HP, you have recall, but like coming in this close to the Kiri, face to face, like fucking hell, dude, you're just asking for it.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
are really asking for it.
Yeah.
So you know, like you're super up in the fight already.
Yeah, we're already up. I didn't need to take the risk, right?
It's just like it's just one bop risk, but you know you were conservative about it. You got shot once and you recalled, but you know a headshot and a tracer shot will kill you, and going face to face with a Kiri like that is the danger zone. It was so good until it wasn't. I don't know.
I think, yeah, I think I was trying to get to the little nook there on the.
Yeah, I mean, you're trying to work your way into the side, and maybe your Doom is like soft killing himself, but he has ult. It's just like, you know, you can't overheat in these scenes. You know, you need to recognize that it's like you just use your turn, right? Like you have no recall. You just use your turn doing the aggressive bullshit over here on the Kiri. Like, you don't need more aggressive bullshit right now. You're up in the fight. You lose by pushing with no recall now. Like, just set up for the next scene. Get your little off angle. But here, like, you know, just little overheat, and suddenly the whole team is dead. I mean, it's not just a you problem here. Obviously, like half of the team is overheating and killing themselves. But I mean, this Doom's on one. Like,
well, I'm sure.
I mean, this guy's on a different type of heater. Here, if you want to set up for the touch, going through right top is good. Like going through here, like if you're not blocked, coming through here is like, it's easy to block if they're here. But if not, you know, like if you want to get the side angle, like this is the way, right? Like you can come through here, you can pinch with your Doom a little bit, just like coming from a different angle to main. Here, because you're coming main, I think this is like uninspiring. You know, like you've come the same way every time. You're coming the same way as where your supports already are. I think, you know, because their tracer's playing main, shooting your Doom, this was free for you. You can just come through here. You see their tracer's on the left, you can go to the right. You can just take the opposite side and take the pathway to their backline. Start working your way up on the mini. Hey, you took the mini there. You knew the tech.
Without knowing.
Yeah, it's the silent tech user. Here again, like this is where like you're fucking it up, right? Like her turn is over. You know, she's on the run. Come here. Take cover from the hit scan in main, shoot the run in the back, you know? Like, look at the opportunities that are available to you. Like, Akiri just TP'd onto the Rhine to try and save the day too, right? Like, put yourself in the middle of the fight, and as long as you have cover, right? Like, as long as you're taking cover from the hit scan, you don't need to chase the Tracer to the ends of the earth. Now, both DPS are chasing a Tracer, and she's out. You and Genji both just used your whole turn to chase her, and in main, Doom just died. Rhine was low, Kiri just TP'd onto the Rhine. 2 free kills, and you missed both, because 2 tunneled on chasing out the 1 target. But you know what? You're going to start tank shooting, and hopefully we see a huge change in the results off the back of it.
Yeah.
I feel like there's been so many opportunities here. Don't just be a brain dead tank shooter 24/7, but like if there's an opportunity, take it.
Well, realistically, with how much risk I take, I'm sure if I focus on tank shooting, I'll still be doing a lot of this anyways. So maybe it'll even itself out a little bit.
I mean, I think you know, don't get one track mind on anything. You know, like it's hard to to play with like a super versatile style. But just think like, am I missing opportunity to do juicy damage to the tank right now? Am I sacrificing a lot of uptime for my damage? Because that's what you're doing. That's the real problem. You know, you're in a position where right here, right now, if you dump a clip, it's going to be a full clip of damage, and instead, you're in that position and you're using 2 blinks to go and take an unfavorable duel for someone else, and that's what must be avoided.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, the things that hit home obviously is like if I'm side angling, like you said, okay, and they go to me, I can just blink to the tank and do damage there, and then my team can move up. Or if they move forward to try to pressure the front line, then I have an opportunity to shoot whoever's side angling, whoever that is, Farah or Cass or Anna or whoever it is, right?
Yep.
That makes a lot of sense. I think allowing time for the game to unfold will be interesting, but I think I understand the game at least enough that if I can apply that on the Tracer side, I feel like if I side angle enough, I should be able to slow the game down enough mentally that I can see opportunities as opposed to just like one braining it and hopefully not tunneling.
And I think you'll find like the targets will walk into you. You know, like if you're dealing damage to the front, the backline targets feel pressure to walk because they can't do anything. You know, like they're sitting in the back doing nothing, and if they don't walk forward and try and force you out or make something happen, then they just sit at the back of the map and they lose AFK. What you have to, develop as you'll progress is like, if you start playing in the middle, you become much more susceptible to the hit scan shooting you and catching you off guard, Like you need very good, I don't know if I think the word's proprioception or something. You need really good spatial awareness. Because you need to know where you're standing can the enemy backline see me? Because you really don't want them to be able to see you, right? Like if you're tank shooting, you need to be out of line of sight of their backline. You need to make sure that the cast can't randomly rip your head off. The Ana can't, hit you with a body shot in the middle of it all. Because that's what's really going to fuck you up, is trying to tank shoot and not actually cutting the sight line of the backline. So that's probably the biggest problem that might occur when you start, trying to play in the middle more, shooting the side more, is that you're not actually in a safe side angle. But your positioning overall, like your use of cover was pretty solid, like right from the onset. So I think that you might not necessarily struggle with it, but that'll probably be like just a major thing that needs consideration when you are side angling, because that's how they force you out, right? Like if you're in a bad spot, they just shoot you from the back line rather than the tank doing it.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
That's good.